What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
How are you guys doing?
It's been a week.
Not too
It's
bad.
been a week for sure, but I'm good.
Yes, it has been.
Yeah.
Anyone have any funny stories?
I got one, but I'm trying to see if someone else has a funny story.
I mean, no, not really. I don't have a funny one this time.
You sure you don't want to tell me? You just told me in the kitchen?
No, we're not doing that. That is no. And no one else should ever know that. You shouldn't even know that. No
Okay,
one knows about
we'll-
it besides
I'll
you.
secretly record a
go
clip.
for it.
No, I'll let you start if you got something.
Nope.
I don't have anything.
Okay, all right. So I got off work a little late, and it's like a 25 minute commute back home. So I thought when you said, because we were recording at 7:30, I thought you meant 7:30 my time. So I'm busting my ass trying to get home. I'm like trying to get clips together, all that stuff. And then I go, fuck, it's 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, not Mountain Time. So I'm like, shit, all that time I spent trying to do this, I could have made some dinner. So I was like, all right, I'll just hop on my bike and I'll ride over across the street to this little like 24-hour Mexican spot for like a burrito. And I pull up, like I walk inside the door and I get behind this guy. He was probably like in his 60s, maybe his 70s. And, it's like, even though it's 24-hour Mexican, it's not like some like, everybody in the, like the actual kitchen, all the staff, they just basically speak Spanish. They barely speak English. Right. And he goes up to them and he goes, "Excuse me, can I get a quesarito?" And she just looks at him and goes, "Okay?" And he's like, "Quesarito, the burrito with sauce on it. And it's got the meat inside." And I'm like, I'm looking there. I'm like, I'm dumbfounded. Like, oh my God, this is not real. So she's like, I don't know. And he goes, "Yeah, I've had it before. It's like, it's got sauce on it and it's like a burrito." And I look at him, I'm like, "I think you meant like an enchilada, man." And he's like, no. And I was like, "A burrito with wet sauce, like sauce on it?" He's like, "Yeah, that's the thing, an enchilada." And I'm like, "My guy, that is a meal at Taco Bell." And he's like, no, they had it here. I swear. I swear.
And knows all about that, huh?
Yeah.
Only when I'm drunk.
He's like, "Dude, they have enchiladas here." I'm like, "Look, order just a burrito with red sauce on it." He's like, "Okay." And then he gets it and he's like, "See, that's an enchilada. That's what I was talking about." And she's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Dude, just fucking take your loss and get out." I'm like trying to order. I'm just sitting there. Like, I got nothing going on. So that was just honestly for a boring week. That was for a boring week, like nothing to really write home about. It was a good little story right there because I don't know, man. It's so funny to like listen to people in Idaho who are just inherently just uncultured. Like even I'm not that cultured, but like Sage, for example, I asked Sage and her mom, sorry to like throw them under the bus, but I asked Sage and her mom how they pronounce taqueria. Sage says taqueria.
Ew.
What?
I swear to God. And Sage's mom, you know what she says? Taqueria.
No. Oh my God. That sounds like somebody trying to say I want taquitos when they're drunk.
Yes.
Taquito.
I'm not gonna lie, Keaton. When you say
dude, hook me up some of those taquerias, man.
Say kindergarten for me, please, Keaton.
Kindergarten.
No, it's not kindergarten. It's not kindergarten. My dad's side does the same shit. It's not kindergarten. It's kindergarten.
Okay, well.
It's kindergarten. There's a
I've
D
always
in
called
there.
it kindergarten.
It's not a
I don't know there's an
R.
R. It's not, I don't know. It's like Yoggers, It's not really meant to be, it's really not like meant to be accepted by everyone.
There's a hard R there, Keaton.
Hey, I don't know about those, but that's okay. We'll leave that to Anthony.
No, but seriously, man. Sometimes I feel bad for people like that old man. Like, I don't want to say this, but sometimes you just gotta yop those guys, man. Survival of the fittest.
Okay, well,
you keep saying yop like you're not from the Bay Area, but that's
Okay,
Kellogg Loop. All right, let's
shout out to Kellogg Loop.
That's bad. All right, let's.
That's where all the PTSD comes from.
Yeah, all the hood stuff. Mama won't let me go back. All right,
Jesus
we're gonna go ahead and get into this real quick.
Settle down.
Sin City was a maybe. Sin.
Y'all ladies all right?
Shit.
JD's
Oh,
and
you
Letterman.
saw that?
Oh.
Oh, you saw that? Oh my
Wow.
god.
Oh,
Wow, what
Well-
an intro.
what an intro that was. Well, JD's and
Yeah.
Letterman, welcome to episode 5 of In the End Zone featuring Izaac. Now, we brought him on here mainly for one specific reason. And for those who are watching, you can see his headliner is 0-4, Eckler, kill yourself. And meaning, there it is.
We
There it
don't
is.
support suicide.
And meaning that Izaac here is 0-4 in his fantasy league. So one of the main things we'll be diving into in this episode specifically is Isaac's fantasy team, where his team has gone wrong, and just how bad his team is at the moment. Sorry, Isaac, but we believe in you. You
You're
can bounce
telling
back, and hopefully you can make it into playoffs.
Nah, I think playoffs is out of the picture. I think it's just survival at this point. Try not to get last. That's the goal.
I need to
Darwinism,
see,
baby.
I need to see what your
Darwinism,
percentage
like
is
I
right
said,
now to
bro.
get it.
Like
Isaac,
No, it's probably
the
donut.
plan is just to not
Hey.
eat anything fucking spicy. That's
All
it.
right,
You gotta
Isaac.
win one fucking game.
All right,
One
boys.
game.
That's the goal.
What's your guys' guess? Without looking at fantasy right now, percentage for Isaac's chance of getting in the playoffs. Isaac's saying 0. Zach, what do you think?
19.
19?
19.
Keaton, what about
I'm
you?
saying 12%. I look at this and it's not even like a bad lineup. It's just
So
a
Keaton here's the
shitty luck.
closest. Keaton, here's the closest. Isaac has a 13% chance of making it into the playoffs. So Isaac, you got a 13%
Wait,
chance.
now that you're there, tell us all of our percentages.
All right, I'll start with I'll start with the East and go into our
Mine's
West.
so
All
low.
right. So in the East, starting from so Diego has an 86% chance of making it into the playoffs. John Bueno has a 68% chance. Me, I have a 72% chance. Zach, you have a 48% chance. Keaton has a 50% chance. Hunter has a 32% chance. Stewie has a 59% chance. T. Lou has a 65% chance. Alex has a 38% chance. Don't know how that's even possible. And Mitchell has a 39% chance. And last but not least, Eamon Smith has a whopping 30% chance. So the next lowest percentage chance is 30, besides 13. Is right.
That is brutal.
That is very brutal.
Yeah.
Isaac, it says in the final standing projections currently that you are last.
Yeah,
You
no,
will end last.
That
that's
would make sense.
old news. Old news for this guy.
It's been like that since week 2.
Yeah, I got blue balled week 1. I get Austin Eckler scoring 26, Herbert 20. You know, like some of the other players 17. You know, I got a bench player scoring 15. I'm feeling confident. I'm like, oh yeah, season's gonna look maybe not the greatest, but playoffs is in the picture. And then boom, MIA. Austin Eckler gone. Don't know where he went.
Let's look at your week 1.
What
Looks
is he
like you had 20 points.
Here, let me pull this
Sprained
week one
ankle.
real quick.
Yeah, pull it
Let me
up
pull
on
this
there.
week
Yeah.
Come on.
Sprained
We'll
You're an
save
athlete.
Isaac
Be
for
an
last. We'll
athlete.
save Isaac for last on this. All right.
Being
Oh no, we'll actually do it right now.
We'll just go into it. This is Isaac's
Yeah.
week 1 team right here. Look at the score. Like, it's above projected, not by much.
Yeah.
But then, like, you had an underproduction from Kittle, Terry McLaurin underproductive, and Joe Mixon underproductive, right? And you're like, I imagine you're walking into this like, okay, it's like week 1 jitters, you know, like some teams didn't play this week or like didn't play well this week. Like it'll balance out.
Well,
It
like
was a weird
Mixon
week
had
1.
like a rainy game, so I was like, you know what, rainy days, you know, not a lot's gonna happen. Whatever, we'll bounce back week 2. Look at week 2, just at this. You know what? Don't look at week 2. It's just terrible.
Hey, you finished above projected, man.
You did.
There's a silver lining.
Did Darnell Mooney
What?
have 0 points?
Yeah. I would say, you want to tell me what Darnell Mooney did for my team? Nothing. He was there
Did
for
he have any
most of the
targets?
support.
Does he have?
Didn't do anything.
Did he have any targets
He
that
looks
week?
like he looks like Geno Smith.
No. Keaton, go back to Darnell. Scroll down. Keep going. Keep going. Show more. Let's see. He had 0 targets week 2. Go up right there against Tampa Bay.
He got
0
injured in
targets.
that game.
He
Then he had
5
one
targets
against KC.
and 4
Oh
against
my
Denver.
God.
And he scored
Well, at least-
15 week 1.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
at least he did something week 1, but
He was on my bench.
Horrible.
Well, and then like the whole bench just didn't really perform well, and obviously Austin Eckler's out.
Yeah, that was a terrible week overall team.
So if we zoom to week 3, obviously we're hoping for some miracles because Justin Herbert's playing out of his ass.
Mhm.
Even Joe Mixon had an okay game. Like 14 points is not bad.
it's not.
I got
Realistically, it's not bad.
No,
Especially for how the Bengals are doing right now too. That's
Man,
not bad for Joe
your
Mixon.
flex
Like,
position is struggling.
yeah.
I know it is.
yeah.
Well, my plan was to have
It's tough.
Mixon, Eckler, and then have Herbert as my flex, and maybe just flex
Right.
around my flex with other players. But no,
Yeah.
you want to know where Austin Eckler was this whole time? Nowhere, gone, nowhere to be found. And
Sad.
what's frustrating about week 3, I played Izaac,
Nah.
45 points, Mostert, 30 points, Hill, and then Deshaun Watson decides to play again. Probably got a massage the night before. Started playing
I was
really
literally
well.
about to say the same thing.
Gosh, just run out of my.
And then
life.
this week, what happened?
This week, I was winning, and I feel embarrassed because I put Mr. Cheddar like this in the chat saying, "I'm back, boys." And then Christian McCaffrey decides to score 48 points.
Dude, he went fucking ballistic.
48.
Look at that, 48 and a half. And Justin
Oh
Fields
my
had 30
God.
almost.
Yeah, it's and it's not like I don't even think my team played bad.
Dude, you're getting 50 bombed left and right.
Yeah, it's
Dude, look at the
Yeah.
rest of fucking Diego's team.
I know. It was
It's
ass.
trash.
like what do I do? Like what?
Well, it's
I
also
go to-
like it's like George Kittle
No,
is having
yeah,
a
that-
horrible, very bad, no good year. He hasn't been anywhere productive. Considering
I
how
think I'm
dominant
moving
he
on
was.
from. I think I'm moving on
Yeah.
from George Kittle. But no, Zach said this. He's like, fantasy can make or break your day. It's like either if they're doing good, and it's crazy. It's like I see my Niners win every week in, win out, and then fantasy just ruins it for me. Can't even appreciate a 4-0 team. And then I go to church, and I come out.
Balances themselves out.
Yeah, I go to church and I come out fuming, having to walk back in and pray to God, telling me like, "Man, help me out. Just help me out this one week. I just need one. I just need one."
God.
It's frustrating.
You go to confession.
Oh yeah, I do all the time.
God, I'm sorry for praying that bucket.
Yeah,
Christian
no, I like just
McCaffrey
telling
will get hurt in the third quarter.
yeah, dude, it's like telling the priest like, "Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
He's
Austin
like,
Eckler-
he's on your fucking team, bud. I don't give a fuck. I need a win.
She's
You're-
a chump."
The priest is like, nah, dude, fuck that guy as well. Like I have Austin Eckler in our Catholic league right now, and Sister Mary kicked my ass, bro.
Nah,
Sister Mary
Yeah,
had
like
Sam
that.
Laporta and just
Yeah.
busted my ass.
Nah, bro. The Pope had Christian McCaffrey, bro. I was so pissed.
nah, I just
feel you.
I just
feel you.
I was like, it's like God, like I forgive me for I said that like Austin Eckler, I told him to kill himself, and he's just like, I feel you, dog. I know what you mean.
God.
Dude, look
That was
at that.
brutal.
Sprained ankle too. Get over it.
Fucking
Take some
Hey,
action.
He should win
Hey,
MVP, bro. It's crazy.
They hurt,
I don't know
Isaac.
about that,
Okay, they hurt. Sprained ankles are no joke.
That's not true. They are a joke.
No, they are not.
Clown.
Break your ankles as much as I have, Keaton. Then they're no joke.
Do they hurt right now?
Yes, they do.
All right, guys, welcome back to the 2023 award show for most injuries. This award goes to someone who always breaks his ankles. Anthony Thomas, will you please stand up?
No, be careful. Be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Anthony
All right,
had the
anyway.
opportunity to win. Anthony had the opportunity to win comeback player of the year every year, but he just goes back to where he was.
Yeah.
Anthony is
All right.
Jamal Adams. Jamal Anthony.
Yes. All right. Oh, we're on to my team now. Okay.
All right.
So for the most part, everyone did pretty good. The only players that did not really perform well were Goddard and honestly, shockingly, Stevenson. Well, not shockingly, they went against
Not
fucking
shockingly.
Dallas. We're not talking about that game. But Jordan Love went over his projection. That was great. Najee Harris actually got double digits for the first time this season for me. But he will be benched because
Above projection too.
Just
Wow.
about, yeah.
Look at this bum running back.
He's now going to be benched because Eamon and I just made a trade, so I will now have Aaron Jones starting on my team this week. So
Who
that's
did you
pretty
trade?
solid. Traded Marquise Brown and Palmer
Four.
to him.
Palmer?
Aaron Jones. Yeah.
Oh, Josh Palmer.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Also,
So
this bothers me. By the way,
Okay.
you could
to
have
be fair,
balled out.
Well, here's the thing, though. I already won at
Yeah,
this
explain
point.
yourself, and I was literally about to tell you to do that.
So I already
don't
won.
understand.
It was already 115 to 110. And I was like, you know what? I don't need to start a defense. I was all like, I don't want to even risk about going negative at all. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want anything like that. So I was like, there's no
fair.
point for me to do that. So I'm benching them. And obviously it sucked that they were benched, but because I would have got more points forced, right? But at the same time, I was like, I got the dub. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right.
But
makes
let's
sense.
talk about before we get into AJ Brown. I want to go a little bit more into Devontae Adams a little bit here. Devontae Adams got injured halfway through the game, came back halfway through the game with, by the way, when he came back in halftime, he had 0 targets. 0. And I was like, this is crazy. Why the fuck isn't, what is his name? O'Connelly, whatever it is.
Farva.
O'Connell.
Yeah, he did not pass to him at all. He wasn't giving anything to Devontae. But then third, fourth quarter, like I think at one point, Devontae Adams had 6 catches straight in a row. Like he was just passing it. Devontae 6 times in a row, caught all 6 in a row, which was awesome. He ended up coming back a little bit with 15 points, which I will take. So that was scaring me a little bit, but still props to him. But AJ fucking Brown, man. AJ
He's
Brown.
so good.
He's
AJ
got
Brown
that
is
dog
such
in him.
generational.
Oh yeah. And I don't
Yeah.
like go down to his yeah, right there.
He is
9
heating up.
catches,
He is heating up.
175 yards, 2 touchdowns, 13 targets total. I am a little bit worried though for you, Isaac, since you do have Devontae Smith. Am a bit worried because of that, because where his fantasy production is going to go, because AJ Brown is going off and Jalen Hurts is liking AJ Brown right now. But nevertheless,
Here's my thing with that. Like I don't know. This is how I think about it right now. It's like AJ Brown is popping off, which will switch a lot of teams' defense to be their primary focus on AJ Brown. So I think it may free up Devontae Smith, and I don't need him to have like this crazy production, but if I could get like maybe 4 to 5 catches a game and a touchdown.
Yeah, no, that's all you need right there. And the thing is, too, is like what
15
Devontae
points.
Smith got you like what 11, 14 points this week still.
He hasn't been
Or last
terrible. Like
No, he
it's
still
been,
hasn't
like-
been terrible for you, which is fine.
No,
like that's still not bad for fantasy.
Yeah,
But-
it's like 1 week 17, one other week 11, 28, and then back to 11. So it's not been bad at all.
And then also,
Or,
you're gonna look at that. Real
Yeah,
quick.
14.8.
14. That's not bad.
14.8.
So then another thing too. Honestly, I am. Ooh, go back to my team.
Oh, am I not there? Oh, I'm not.
No.
There you go.
One thing that I'm just kind of shocked about is honestly, my kicker has been popping the fuck off. It's kind of disgusting. Like week 1, like he's had, I think like 15, 14, 8, 14, some shit like that. I don't know. He's been kind of carrying my team a little bit too. So I've been kind of happy about that as well. Marquise Brown on the bench there. He did really, really well. He popped off against SF, which I was shocked about. I didn't start him because of that reason. He was going against that Niner defense.
You could have been so cooked this week, though. You have to thank your lucky.
Oh, I really
stars
could have.
that
I
You didn't start
told
Jalen
Lou,
Hurts.
in the podcast last episode. I said,
Wow.
Lou, I'm giving you a hint. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
He picked up A-Chain and didn't play him. That is insane.
No.
So here's the thing, though.
He told me that he switched out Jalen Hurts and Kirk Cousins at 1 a.m. on Sunday. 1 a.m.
He must have been
He
so
would have won
stoned.
by
And the
20.
in the podcast on our last episode when he was here, I said, Tulu, you're going against me. I probably should be saying this, but you need to start Jalen Hurts against me. He will go off. And Tulu's all like, I don't know. And he put him in then, and then he took him out, put Kirk Cousins instead. Pacheco popped off too.
I don't know. That one I can see. The Jalen one's kind of ballsy. Pacheco on the bench I can see. Just because the Jets defense has been decent against them.
You know how much money he put into Achane? He put $230 or $250 into Achane.
I'm furious about that because I thought I was shooting high. I didn't want to be that guy to just drop this huge bomb. I was like, all right, I think not like $85 is pushing 90. I don't think anyone's going about that.
He's almost used his whole dude. He's at $60 left on his budget.
Here's the fucking thing.
$250 just bam. I was like, dude.
Here's the fucking thing. John set the fucking bar by bidding $250 for Ford from Cleveland, bro. And that was week 2, week 3. I was like, John, what are you doing? And now every single running back that could be like, even in the flex, not even an RB1 or RB2, they could be put in the flex right now, is going for like 150 to 250.
Yeah.
Like, that's not fucking normal. Also, I just realized that 2 of the top 20 fucking wide receivers in the league are named Devontae. That's never like processed in my head. That's kind of
They're spelled differently.
No, they are, but that is kind of crazy.
Devonta Smith and Devontae Adams.
Let's go over Zach.
Want to talk about
and
my
Keaton's
team
game.
or Zach's?
Let's talk about both of your guys. Well, you guys played against each other. After this, let's go to the next this current week, and let's take a look at who we're playing against this week and go over that a little.
We'll just make it quick. Yeah.
Well,
I'll start
quick.
I'm just gonna be honest. Debo, get him out of here. T. Higgins.
Benching him.
Yeah, he's hurt, right? You have to.
No, he's fucking healthy now. Well, he's questionable, but
yeah, I'm about to say.
Look at this. Contract year for T. Higgins, and he puts up 9.2 points a game. He put up 0 in week 1. Then he had an outlier game of 28.9. I go, oh, sick. Like, he won me my week. I put up like 190 points almost. And then these stinkers, man. He's put up like 7. He's put up 8 points in 3 weeks. 8 points in 3 weeks and almost 30 in 1 week. Hawkinson played like shit. Literally, I won by 90. I won by 5 points.
Wow.
The Cowboys defense had 26 fantasy points. Second time in 2 weeks or in 4 weeks. Yeah, 18.8 average points.
Such bullshit.
They had -2 last week against Arizona, and then they popped off against New England. But look at that. 35, 16, and 26.
No.
I'll give it to you.
Like the highest. They're the highest scoring defense, aren't they?
They are.
Oh yeah.
The only team that had more points last week for defense was Seattle, and they had
that makes sense.
A fumble recovery.
We'll talk about that later.
11 sacks. Yeah,
I want to talk about the Giants' special teams so bad. That's like the worst special teams I think I've ever seen, including JV football. Fifth quarter football, I think, is better than the Seattle Seahawks, or excuse me, the fucking Giants special teams. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Well, my team
if you're done.
Yeah. Well, yeah, real quick. I mean, Kenneth Walker had an okay game. Gino just he just didn't even need to play well for us to win. That game is literally like a gift basket.
He was also hurt for the whole second quarter.
He was. You could tell he wasn't feeling it. Like, he didn't really start. He was actually out. I'm not worried about him. Well, for like 4 minutes of the game, but
then Tony Pollard for at least half of the second quarter.
No, it was like 3:22 is when he went out.
Oh, okay.
Because Drew Lock came in and tried to do a 2-minute warning. Tony Pollard played like shit as well. I mean, obviously, and they're going up against San Francisco. So if you look real quick, at what my team's doing this week, I have.
Let's look at that after. Let's look at that after.
Yeah. Okay. I was just gonna say I've got a ton of players on bye, so we're
gonna look at the who we're playing against and all that after.
Yeah.
Let's make it real.
Zach, let's talk about this.
The only highlight that I can say is Alvin Kamara coming back and scoring 21, which was way above projected, which was awesome. And my kicker might be the most consistent player I have on my team. Go to him right now. I think he's averaging 16 points.
2. He's number 1.
15 points. He should be a flex. It's insane. He's going ballistic every week. Yeah. Tyreek Hill, Mostert, all of them took a fucking poop because they played Buffalo. Michael Thomas was running slants but not getting fucking receptions. Darren Waller looks like an old fucking man out there running around, bro.
He's so bad.
I don't know what the fuck is happening with Darren Waller. He actually looks slow as fuck. out there.
Arthritis.
Slow as fuck. He honestly looks like Kenny Galladay. Like he just doesn't want to play for the Giants. I think it's the Giants effect.
Going back to our draft day, Zach Boyson saying Darren Waller could be the number 1 tight end in the NFL.
Oh,
Biggest that I fucking had.
that's the worst. That might be the worst reach I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, big reach. And
That's
I did in
brutal.
both leagues too.
I mean,
My
hey,
league
T
done
Higgins.
very well.
I think T Higgins was my first round pick. So
Yeah, then you go to my fucking bench
Second
and
round.
Deshaun was out. You know Deshaun was able to play and he took himself out. He said,
Yeah.
I don't want to. What a fucking bitch.
and he did it
And
at the
then
last minute.
Gabe Davis, I've been fucking sleeping on for 3 weeks in a row now. Romeo Dobbs, I literally just picked up, and I was debating between him and fucking Michael Thomas. Didn't do that, and then I get Cooper Cup back. So I don't know,
Yeah,
next
that's
week
a little
should be
scary.
decent, but
Well,
We'll hop into that.
Yeah, I won't hop on too much on my team. What's going on next week? It's going to be a
Do
shit
we want to
show
pull
again.
up the whole thing against the other team as well? If you can do that.
You're
Yeah.
playing
We
me.
can do that. We can do that.
You're playing
Real
me.
quick, I have Gino. I'm projected to win by 2. Oh no. He's projected to win by 2. I have T.J. Hawkinson, which he's got to finish well. I have to put Michael Gallup in against San Francisco.
not good. Not good.
No, Debo against
good.
Dallas, not good.
None of it.
Samaji
And
P.
Debo's
against
fighting
the
an
Jets.
injury right now, too.
Every single one of these players right now, except for Nick Folk, is playing against a top 10 defense. San Francisco, Buffalo, KC, San Francisco, Dallas, New York Jets, San Francisco, Carolina.
Not
And if
ideal.
you go down to my bench, Kenneth Walker, David Njoku, and Geno Smith. And
Not good.
No.
and I can't take out I think I had to take out T. Higgins as well. Oh, I'm just benching him. I'm over T. Higgins. If he pops off, I'm not going to be upset. So he's on time.
Dude, I don't know. Who are they playing? Aren't they playing someone Mimi?
Let me just.
Yeah, they're playing the
Cardinals?
Cardinals, bud. You might want to.
No, he's still
They are
questionable.
playing the
So we'll see
Cardinals.
if that changes.
You're starting Gallup.
Oh,
against the Niners.
he's projected 0, so he's probably not going to
Oh,
play.
Yeah, he's probably gonna.
He is.
What does it say?
I
Oh,
can't believe
fractured
they're that
rib.
bad, man.
So
Oh.
they suck. Anyway,
Pussy.
Isaac, go
Yeah.
ahead and cover your team a little bit.
Well, I'm just picking up a kicker, and I'm hoping for the best. He may carry my whole team because my team fucking sucks.
Isaac, this is-
luck.
At least you're aware of it.
No, and it sucks though, because me picking Joe Mixon, dude, I thought I got a steal. I thought I was like, dude, I got 2 really good
T.
running
Higgins,
backs.
man.
Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon, and that's why I wasn't worried about my receivers because those guys are gonna pop off, and I'm gonna have Devontae Smith, some receptions and McLaurin, but nah, the chumps, all of them.
There's no way he's this bad for the rest of the year, though.
He is. He
There's
might.
no
that,
way.
that
The Bengals
That
are not going to
team-
be that bad for the rest of the year.
That-
There's no
they're
way.
gonna sell at the deadline.
It is
if they
week
keep this up.
5
They
now,
can't
Zach.
be, bro.
It's week 5 now. This
I don't
was
give a fuck.
that's an argument. That's an argument when it's week 3.
Yeah.
No.
It's,
Yeah, dude, they should be clicking by now. I don't know.
They were
Like,
clicking
they won't
this
be
time
that
last
bad.
year and the
Not
year
1 and
before, so.
fucking 3 bad.
It's probably because they don't have an indoor training facility. I say I'm gonna go give the Bengals some money and be like, build something. So these.
Hey,
guys
I work
can
for a
go
bank. I could
ready.
probably clear out a little bit of money.
I think they end
So,
at least.
this is
500.
not that is not real. I would never do that. ICCU, thank you. You cannot hold me liable. Anyway,
Yep, there it is.
yeah, both of our teams just stink.
That's your first strike, Keaton.
Yeah, that is strike 1. All right, Anthony,
All right.
you want to talk about your team a little bit? Ramondre,
Yes.
man, ass.
Yeah. So so far, honestly, all around the board, it's not looking bad. Zay Flowers not looking bad going up against Pittsburgh there, so I'm a little bit excited for that. Hopefully, Lamar can do something with Zay Flowers this week. Najee Harris, that chump can get out of the fucking starting lineup once I get Aaron Jones into my lineup this week. So that way it will be Jordan Love, Ramondre Stevenson, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, Goddard, Flowers, Dolphins defense, which is going against the Giants. Super pumped for that one. And Tyler Bass, who has just
It's
been
crazy how well Love is playing. Like, at least
Oh, yeah.
fantasy-wise.
I
he's
know.
QB1, right?
Fantasy-wise, he's playing great,
No.
and he's the number 4
No,
quarterback.
he's 4.
4. He was
He's
1
4.
last week, though.
He was 1 last week.
Yeah, and then
Now
you
he's
had that game.
4. And then I have.
I think
and then
Josh
for
Allen
wide
is 1.
receivers. like and wide receivers, right? Devontae Adams, he's number 6 and AJ Brown's number 8, and my kicker is number 4. Like,
but then this is what scares me: 23, 37, 30, 34, 28.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's not
the
like
Dolphins
your team's bad.
defense.
You're 3-1.
No, I'm one of me and John are the only teams that are 3-1 right now. So
Diego's
I'm not too
4-0.
worried. And plus, I'm going against Alex's team. I really have no concern about his team, and the only people I'm actually kind of concerned about are Bijan and Amon-Ra. Other than that, and maybe DJ Moore because they're going against Washington. But Washington's defense, honestly, is not horrible. So
No,
DJ Moore sucks, bro. He doesn't fucking suck. Excuse me. They are not using him. I'll say that.
Yeah, no.
And now they're in the market
Keaton.
for a wide receiver.
Also, Keaton. You know how we were shitting on Josh Allen week 1?
Nope, don't remember that at all.
I certainly wasn't. I don't
remember that.
I remember when you were shitting
Josh
on
Allen is
Tua
probably front runner
Tagovailoa.
for MVP. Well,
Nice,
I still do.
yeah.
I mean, look what he did this week against a good team.
Yeah.
So I would say my
Hey,
take on Josh
more
Allen
wins than
is
Justin
it's not
Herbert,
bad in
so.
week 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So that's my team. You know, I'm feeling confident about going up against Alex. I don't really fear his team at all, really. So I think it's going to be pretty good. Zach, on to you now, bud.
You haven't set your lineup. That's why.
He's waiting for.
Yeah, I can't really talk on my team too much because I'm waiting kind of on some waiver wire pickups, and then I'm also waiting to see if Cooper Kupp is. No, he has a bye. I'm gonna wait to see if Cooper Kupp is gonna play or not. So yeah, that's my team so far, but I'm not gonna be playing Aiden O'Connell. I would hope that I could play Tyreek Hill and Cooper Kupp. That'd be awesome to see like my lineup with its full potential, and then I'll go from there. I haven't really looked at Stewie's team to be honest with you, but looking at it right now,
honestly is not horrible. It's really
decent.
not.
Yeah.
What quarterback?
Which is gonna be fucking
snagging?
Oh, I'm not saying that.
It's not like we
You
need
can
any
take
of us
Geno
need a
Smith
quarterback.
this week. You could take Geno Smith this week. He's
never
gonna
know.
play.
You have
You
Geno.
going Dobbs or you going Zach Wilson?
I'll trade you for a week.
He's going Zach Wilson.
I don't want Geno Smith.
You're going Zach Wilson.
But the thing is, looking at Stewie's team's gonna fucking suck. Rooting for fucking Tyreek Hill because Tua's throwing him the ball. So it's like, it's kind of like a win-lose situation, you know. But I need Tyreek Hill to fucking do something, not like he did fucking last week, bro.
Tyreek runs a lot of those fly routes, so like he gets a lot of
does.
handoffs too. So like,
Right.
How do you
I'm
feel
hoping he can break
about
one against the fucking bummy fucking Giants.
how do you feel about Achane and Mostert now? Like, what are your thoughts about that right now?
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not too worried about it. If Achane's or however you say his last name's production continue, continues to be exactly like how it has been in the last 2 weeks, then I'll get worried. But Achane, I don't know. I'm not like super worried about it because he's a rookie, and I feel like they've been destroying people. Last week was a little worrisome, though. I'll say that because Mostert didn't do much, and he did really well. So if he continues to produce as much as he's doing the last 2 weeks, and Mostert kind of like drops off, I'm gonna be definitely worried because if that's the fucking case, I have no clue I'm gonna play there. So
yeah.
Also because Miles fucking Sanders bum ass, and Carolina's horrible. I'll say that.
Carolina
but Miles Sanders specifically is definitely touchdown dependent. And also, my team is completely boom or bust. Like I literally called that week 1. Like I can either boom for 150 or I can bust for 90 like last week, and it's been evident so far.
Okay.
But, not bad.
Well,
I'm excited for this next week. I think there are some good fucking matchups.
I am too.
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be a good
hopeful. I'm hopeful of winning, but not because my team's playing well, just because the other team's playing terrible. I think that's like the only reason. If I do win, it's not team production, but preying on the other dude's downfall for sure.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, do we want to jump? A little bit into some what happened this week?
Yep.
In the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, firstly, we got to talk about the big controversy. Taylor Swift is 2-0 as the Chiefs owner. And clearly she owns the NFL and potentially most of the refs on the payroll. Look,
A lot of missed holding calls.
Let me
Lots
add this.
lots of missed
Lots.
calls.
Apparently, there were a lot of missed holding calls on both sides too. But dude, I
not
saw
That's
a lot
just Jets
more.
fans fucking trying to
Yeah.
defend themselves. Fuck out of here, New York. Fucking hate you.
what
motherfuckers.
Jets were absolutely robbed.
Jets
excuse
were
me,
robbed.
Chiefs fans.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, let's.
Still
I
can't
just
stand fucking
before
New York
before we
fans.
jump into the
Or
game, I
Kansas
just want to
City
show.
fans, man. Both
Yeah.
these teams I can't stand.
I want to show the first one that was a big. Let me see if I have this clip pulled up. Oh, it's. I'm so glad that this thing
Oh my
saved
God.
for me. Okay.
I hope it's the one that I saw too.
Yeah.
Yep,
nope.
here it is.
Right here.
Oh, maybe it's not.
So this is Patrick Mahomes by this point already thrown 2 interceptions. He has not had a good game at all. The Jets have him covered, and at this point, Patrick Mahomes is about to throw his 3rd interception of the game, and they call this a defensive holding. By the way,
That's not even
the
close, bro.
The ref is just now calling the flag as evident right there. I know it's hard to see because we have the logo in the way.
Yeah,
But the ref
you
is
can
literally
see the.
just now calling that flag. That ball was thrown 20 seconds prior, and look at how long it was from when that
Dude, the ball was
holding,
underthrown by
1,
5 fucking
2,
yards.
3, a full 3 to 4 seconds.
Okay,
of time
I'll say
passed.
Play
this.
that in slow mo.
I'll say
Play
this.
that in slow mo, and then kind of put it there. Yep, and then
I'll say this. If Patrick Mahomes throws that
go
ball in the
25.
corner of the end zone,
where's the holding there? Where's the holding there?
That's just contact. That's literally just contact.
Yeah, it's just hand fighting.
yeah.
There's no
And
holding
Patrick-
on that.
If Patrick
There's no
Mahomes throws the fucking ball in the corner of the end zone, and they would have called it then, and he would have kept running, I'd have been fine with that. But 3 seconds after, and they didn't even let them play with the 5-yard contact rule that they get. Horrible.
No.
Look at that
Yeah.
ball.
No.
Like, look at
I
that
know.
ball. That's like a fucking Daniel Jones throw from
It's a
last
bad
night.
ball. Well, and then okay,
That's a
so then
horrible
this happens, right?
This is the
So
one I
people
was
already-
talking about.
Oh, hold on, let me go to this one. So people
Watch the
already are
defense end.
pissed, right? People are already pissed about that bad holding call, right? And then you get to this.
Oh, this is the one I was thinking of. I think.
Watch right here.
Yeah. Yep.
Right there.
Look at that. Oh my
Where's the
god.
flag
look
on
at
that?
His hands up too.
And look at that, dude.
Oh my god.
And they called the
And
flag,
what was
but
that?
it was another.
Yeah.
It
It
was
was
another-
for something else, and it was against
Yeah,
the
it was
Jets.
It was against the Jets. So,
Who's the commentator that meat rides Mahomes too?
Chris
Yes.
Collinsworth, and he was calling
Yeah,
the game.
I'm sure he
Oh,
was
then-
having a field day.
Look at
He
that.
was.
All
Oh
right,
yeah, he
almost
was having a
over.
fucking field day with that and Taylor Swift. I couldn't stand
Look at that, dude.
It was so
Yeah.
hard to watch.
That
Look
first
at
clip,
that.
him going. That's a heck of a play
Look
by
at the ref.
Mahomes.
Look at the ref's dumbass
Yeah,
too,
that's
bro. He's
fine.
just
That's
sitting there.
Where's he
like,
looking? No,
watching
no,
it.
Look.
That's
Where's he
terrible.
looking?
No,
He's not
he
even
looks
touching
right
it.
at him. Oh no, he doesn't. No, right here.
Doesn't
Looks like-
matter.
There's a
Doesn't
there's a
matter.
sideline ref.
What are you doing, man?
I don't know. That's
It's
terrible.
embarrassing.
I'm look,
That's
I
terrible.
know I'm just an innocent bystander when I watch this stuff. But at some point I almost feel like the NFL, because it feels so like fucking man, at the Taylor Swift game, she's back in town, all this stuff. And all this stuff. She's back in town, or I'm sorry, she's at a Chiefs game. She's like the talk of the town. They showed her 12 times. And somehow
Someone
these
did a
two
counter for it.
calls. Yeah, someone did a counter for it.
Someone
I
did a
think it
counter
was
to
Sparks.
you. He was all like,
Leave
"Who's
us
going to win?
alone,
Is it
man.
Taylor Swift or Aaron
This was
Rodgers?"
our
And
fucking
then-
thing. Our
You know
thing.
what's disrespectful?
Stay on your
too?
fucking music side. Don't get involved.
What's
with the
disrespectful
fucking
is
football side.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Yes,
Pacheco had
yes, that
20
was
attempts,
crazy.
115 yards, and a touchdown. On that touchdown, they cut his celly short and straight to T Swift. I'm like, come on, like at
Your
one
boy
point,
didn't even fucking
When-
score. He didn't even block for him.
no,
Like,
yeah,
he
it
didn't
was,
do anything.
dude, that was the only part. Like, this is where we draw the line, and it has been crossed. This needs to stop.
Yeah.
It's first Jackson Mahomes, now her.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw
here's
a
the
meme- I
clip.
saw a
Here's the
meme
clip.
on-
Can't
Here's the
I saw
catch
a
a
meme
break.
on Tik-
And Juju.
I saw a meme on TikTok
Yeah, and-
where. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Here's
Watch.
this. And Juju.
Yeah, watch cut short right there. Watch it. It's gonna go straight to T Swift.
Woo!
There it is.
I love
What is
Taylor.
What is
I
that?
love
I saw a
Taylor
meme.
Swift.
I
She's
don't.
done nothing. She's done
I don't
nothing.
love her. She doesn't even know what's happening. Stick to singing.
She
I'm
has
sorry?
bad taste in men. It's gonna happen. Repeat.
I know.
Travis Kelsey's gonna make her drop a
The
fire
next
album.
album's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna. Her and Drake are gonna collab.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
No,
Certified
I saw
lover.
a meme where it
Certified
was
Taylor boy.
some guy. He was talking and he was all like, "Man, we didn't realize we had it this good." And then it just showed Jackson Mahomes, and we were like, "Man, we argued and bitched and complained about him. Now look at this. This is even worse." We were like, and then someone said, "Free Jackson Mahomes." Then I was like, "Jesus Christ!"
Yeah, we
I know.
created our
Bring him back, man.
Yeah, we did.
Don't free him. Don't free him.
Well, Zach Wilson, he played really well actually.
He did.
He
Zach Wilson
severely
did very well.
through the first quarter he was already outplaying Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He had
Outplayed
he went
Patrick Mahomes
28
per
for
game. Yeah.
28 for 39, 245, and 2 touchdowns. And it's not like, wow, that's like insane. But for Zach Wilson, that is fantastic. Like, he struggled so much. No interceptions is great.
He is the first quarterback to go up against Patrick Mahomes that did better than Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know about
In a
that.
while.
But
No.
for
He
sure.
is. He is. It was a stat actually out there. 100%.
What, for like quarterback ranking or something?
Yeah,
That doesn't
in that
sound
game.
right.
It didn't sound right to me either, but that's what it said, and I was like, interesting. Okay.
I
Yeah, I'm
think
not
this
sure.
is when we start seeing Zach Wilson's
Shout out
character
Zach, though.
development.
This is his villain
Yeah.
era now. After that game,
I will
last
say-
night, he's like, all right.
Get him some
I like
notes,
this.
fellas. Get him
Oh,
some
yeah.
notes.
Him
Yeah.
and Donna Kelsey, man. Damn.
That's what needs to happen.
That's what needs to
Damn.
happen. He needs to cook. Let him cook.
No wrench in the system.
Yeah. Did you guys see that?
What the
have you guys
fuck
seen
is this headliner, bro?
what?
NBC's Chris Collinsworth had live orgasm over Jets' Zach Wilson.
That's so funny. Okay, hold on.
It was like when Howard Stern had the people ride the. What the
Hold
fuck
on, hold on,
are
hold
we
on.
talking about?
me-
The masturbation device.
Wait,
Like,
wait, hold on, hold on.
Zach Wilson. Oh, he's making all the throws. Micah. What
It's
the
like that
fuck?
one kid. It's like that one kid that wants to be a commentator growing up. Like, oh, Messi, Messi. Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
is it this one? Anyway, I will just say real quick before we move on. I just felt like Zach Wilson is so like he holds himself to such a standard, and it's so nice to like see just how like selfless he is. I'm like rooting for the guy now, man. Like he blamed the whole loss on him, and he's
Yeah,
like,
no,
I got to
like-
be better.
He literally
that's
said on the
what-
sideline, he said, that was my fault, bro. And all of his teammates were coming up to him, hugging him, like, hey, man, you're good. And he was like, no,
Yeah,
it's my fault. Like, I don't like him, but after that, I'm like, let him cook now.
Yeah.
Like, I want
Do
to
you
see
think
him.
that's
that's-
truthful, or do you think that's just the act?
I don't think.
know.
I think that's truthful. I don't think
I
that's
He
not
did
for
have
him.
an incident last year where he blamed his teammates.
Yeah.
He did,
But
but
that's-
I don't think right
Yeah.
now it's not. I think Aaron Rodgers. I think after him being Aaron Rodgers being on
I
that
think
team, and
A-Rod
him
fucking
kinda-
humbled him.
I think
Yeah.
he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm like,
Low
oh
key.
man, I want to see Zach Wilson cook now after that game. I really
Yeah.
do.
I do too.
Well,
I think this is a
What were you gonna say, Isaac? Though, sorry.
But that's all right. What I was saying is like I think that's what I was saying like when we're gonna start seeing his like character development now, because I think like last season he was real cocky, like first round pick, like like I'm the guy, like no one's coming in soon. Then they get
Mhm.
A-Rod, that humbled him. He's like shit, they're gonna bring
Right.
a guy in now, and now he's like this is his make or break season now because like people are definitely like move on from him. So I think like now him starting to be more selfless and kind of like putting himself before the or I guess putting himself before the team and trying to like be that leader. I think it's definitely like not really playing the script, but like trying to like keep his job kind of thing. Like he's definitely like got to change in some way.
And realistically
understands.
too, realistically speaking, with that as well, that's the first step that team really needs. They need that kind of leadership from the quarterback. They need that from Zach Wilson. And if right now, especially after that game, for what we saw, Zach Wilson is doing that. Honestly, I think that I think that's a great first step for the Jets, and I think that they could actually do something with that. And like I said, I think this is Zach Wilson's villain era now. I think he's in his villain arc. He's going in.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna take that shit anymore. He knows it was bullshit, but he also is like, hey, that was on me. I'm not fucking up again. We're doing this shit. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do in the future and this season and even next season. I'm excited for it. Like I said, let them cook.
Do we want to talk a little bit about the Broncos Bears?
The meme matchup.
Sure.
Yes, I would love to talk about the meme matchup.
And you know what? A meme this game turned out to be. This was.
Oh yes, it did.
This was a meme and a half. Broncos
so
country,
ugly, man.
Let's
ride.
ride.
Broncos country. Let's hide.
Broncos country. Let's die.
Hold on. Oh, I saw funny.
Jeez, dude.
Um,
I'm looking at the box score right now. It's just pathetic.
I think
Chicago.
Justin Fields is
Honestly,
a
get rid
bum
of your
still. I don't give a fuck
fucking
how good he played. He's a bum. I still don't like him.
that game was like very similar to my fantasy game. Like you start off really good, and you're like, how do you lose this game? Like, you know, and then you lose. You just lose. It's just one of those things.
Wait, and who did you say is a bum?
Justin Fields.
Oh yes, he is.
Yeah, no, he's bad.
Broncos country.
Oh Jesus, dude.
Broncos
Going
country.
into
Let's
halftime, they were
ride.
down.
This is the ride, baby.
Okay.
Broncos country.
Let's dive.
So the Broncos were down 21-7 going into half. Chicago scored, so they're down 28-7. And then they scored 24 unanswered and won the game 31-28.
Yeah,
that reminds me of the Patriots and Falcons Super Bowl lightweight.
Chicago, oh my God, they're so bad.
Dude.
Like, you
and
think
Justin
about like
Fields-
a Chicago fan right now, too. It's like, holy shit, we can actually win this game. Like, we're up 28-7. We should win this game. We can maybe turn this fucking season around. And then you do that.
Look,
then you do that.
Yeah.
And that
Justin
has to
Fields
be the
throwing
stamp.
interception
That has to
last
be
play.
on the stamp. Or that has to be the fucking stamp on Justin Fields leaving Chicago.
Did he throw an interception the last play of the game, too?
He did.
But he played a good game, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Well,
did.
He had a good game.
Like, he had a good passing game and everything.
He went
He's still
28
a bum.
for
I don't like him. I think
35,
he sucks,
28 for
but, yeah.
35, 335, and 4 touchdowns. But all of
And
those
lost.
touchdowns came in the second and third quarter. So the first
What
two
about
was
Russ?
kind of nothing. Russ had 21 of 28, 223, 3 touchdowns, and then 13 rushing yards. So I mean, it was a
Definitely a meme matchup.
it was an efficient game. Yeah, it was. Not that we're talking about baseball, not that there's a baseball podcast, but the Cubs, Chicago Cubs, just got eliminated. Like the last 2 games of the year, they turned into like the coldest team after being the hottest team in baseball. The White Sox suck. The Chicago Cubs, after saying we're selling postseason tickets, get eliminated like 2 weeks later. And in the baseball world, that was so memed. Like it was, everyone criticized. And now you have the Bears, who are 0-4. So Chicago fans dealing with the highest crime rate in the country as well. Sorry,
Dude,
there's
when did
nothing
he
for
throw
you.
that fucking?
You can't have shit in Chicago anymore.
That's actually kind of
Isaac.
funny. But
Hey, Isaac,
when did
at
he
least
throw
you're
that
not a Bears
interception?
fan, and they're 0-4 like you are 0-4 in your fantasy team. At
Yeah,
least,
no,
I can tell you right now.
I would not be
At
on
least-
this podcast. I'd be. I don't know where I'd be. I don't know. Finding happiness is where I would have been. But yeah, no, that's like the Niners record is the only thing keeping me kind of trucking along for sure.
We'll get into that a little bit more in a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Justin, the way he blames the coaches? Like, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I will say, to a point, I understand where he's coming from, because if you look at like his production recently, it has been super bad. And then he like comes out and he's like, yeah, it's the coaches and all that shit. At which, to a point, I think it is, because the coaches don't know how to scheme honestly, they're just shit coaches. Matt Eberflus is a terrible coach. But then you look at some of these highlights and you're like, dude, you have wide open receivers the entire time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
you were
one
just
thing I
not
noticed.
seeing
Wide
it.
open. wide
I'm pretty sure
open.
DJ Moore like literally like got like was walking out the field and he was like, I'm fucking wide open. Like I'm pretty sure he like told Justin Fields because he was like he ran a seam route and all he had to do was look check back right and dude tutty all day for like 35 yards out.
Yep.
Not even a bad throw.
Okay, so
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter, Chicago had the ball 3 times. Once at the 9:36 mark, once at the 6:55 mark, and once at the 1:46 mark. At the first time that they got the ball at 9:36, they fumbled. Second time at 6:55, they turned the ball over on downs. Third time at 1:46, Justin Fields threw a pick.
Dude.
And
you know
Justin
what?
Fields
Stamp. You're fucking garbage. Get out of Chicago. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He fumbled and it was a tutty, right?
He fumbled and it was a touchdown. Yeah. They were up by 7.
Yes.
And
yeah.
That's bad.
yeah, he fumbled.
Yeah.
And
telling
something
you, bro.
Cooper. Yeah. That's brutal.
I'm also
That's just a
a
bad
hater,
look.
I really do
Literally,
not like
they're
that
the bad
pick,
news
so.
bears. They're literally bad news bears.
Yeah, they need Mike Ditka
Anyways.
to come back. Coach this
What a
team.
game that was, though. Definitely
Ah,
lived up
Bears.
to the meme matchup of the week.
Yeah,
sure.
tale
It
of
was
two
great.
halves for sure. Tale of two
Yep.
halves. We'll say it is nice to see Russell Wilson finally get a win. Sean Payton sucks as a coach.
Yes,
He
he does.
is a god awful, terrible, very bad, no good coach who's carried by Drew Brees his
A lot
whole
of
career,
talent.
and it's evident. But Russell Wilson played well, so I'm happy.
Agreed.
Any other games that spoke to you guys, or moving
Real
on?
quick, we can just cover Dolphins Bills real quick if you guys want. We can just make this quick. This is obviously like the game of the week. You know, if like there's any game that's going to be like nationally televised for everybody, this is it. Even though it's not prime time, it was morning.
That was definitely the matchup of the week for sure.
It was the most hyped matchup going into the week, and man, Buffalo just didn't let up
No,
at all.
Didn't disappoint.
That's good.
48-20 was the final score. Josh Allen, 21 of 25, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown.
He was damn near perfect.
Yeah, he's really good. He is so good.
what did I tell
I'm
you guys
sorry.
in week 1? What did I tell you guys
I'm
in week 1?
sorry. All right, I will burn at the stake here.
I said it was going to be a fluke. I said it was going to be a fluke, and look where
It's
we're
not
at
a
now.
fluke, though.
I said week 1,
I mean,
that game that they played.
what
I
I-
said it's a
Josh
fluke.
Allen
Yeah.
does that every like 4 games.
You guys
Yeah.
said he was horrible though, and they were just not.
No, we
it.
said
Yeah.
that
That's
if
all
the
I-
Bills don't make it deep in the playoffs, that they should consider.
Keaton's at least
moving
being
on
guilty
from
of this
Josh
right
Allen.
now.
I
Keaton.
will say
Thanks
I
for
did
admitting
call him
it.
shit. I did call him ass.
Yeah,
I
you
will
did.
take that back. I still think he's
I never said
sloppy
he's
at
ass.
points. I said I still think he's sloppy, but he had a fantastic game, and all credit to him.
Yeah.
On the other side, the Dolphins didn't really play well. Tua had an okay game, like okay for Tua standards. Actually bad for Tua standards if you think about it. And then just
Tua
really
standards,
no
yes,
production, no production from anywhere. The defense had the holes that we've all been kind of worried about.
They just didn't look
they're
explosive.
well,
Like,
their
at
first
all,
3
which is weird.
games. Now that I'm going back to it, their first 3 games were Chargers, Patriots, Broncos. Teams with easy defenses and subpar offenses.
Right.
And they finally played the Bills, who to me look like they are the premier team in the NFL. And the
Also,
second
you look at Tua's
in the
stats.
AFC.
You look at Tua's stats. He completed 71.4% of his balls, 282 yards throwing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and a passer rating of 92.8. It's like that's good enough to win a fucking game.
Yeah.
Maybe not against
just
the
not with
Bills,
that
but
defense.
probably
Yeah,
against
'cause-
70% of the teams in the NFL, that's good enough to win.
Like,
My
what,
guess-
what would you guys rank the Bills like wide receiver core? Like,
It's top 5 for sure.
Top 5.
yeah, for sure, without a
Top
doubt.
5.
And yeah, I'm sure they freaking took advantage of that for sure. Just
Yeah.
passing the ball
Well,
on the line.
the
Now,
thing
like,
is, I don't know. The Dolphins are also going to struggle because Xavier Howard tore his fucking Achilles, which sucks
Right.
because he's been fucking balling, dude. He was balling the first couple of games, and all of last year he was injured too, I believe, with a ACL. So you hate to see that, but they're going to fucking struggle against teams like the Bills because of it.
Yeah, they are.
no, definitely. I mean, I think
Speaking
it was
of
a
that-
Which I'm
big-
kind of, I guess they did kind of struggle against the Chargers because that was like a really high scoring game, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 35, 32 or something like that? 36, 37.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of that, real quick, Zach, does that mean you're going to start Gabe Davis on your this week in fantasy?
I think he's going to be in my flex. As long as Cooper Kupp, actually, he'll start no matter what.
Gabe
He'll
Davis
either
will?
be my wide receiver 2 or flex, depending on if
Okay.
Cooper Kupp can play.
I think that's a smart idea.
Yeah, he's been
Anyways,
balling.
continuing.
But yeah, that was definitely a telling game, I would say, in the AFC.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
Got your little sippy cup there, Keaton?
I do, my little Stanley Cup. The only other I think for me the most notable kind of story of this whole week, other than some of the games, I think individually, it's probably Puka Nacua, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got that.
yeah.
Look, I don't know what his production looks like next week when Cooper Kupp comes back.
That was what I was thinking.
I'm actually wondering if it might increase because of his because Cooper Kupp's going to go back to being receiver number 1, and they're going to still place Puka back in the slot, or probably put him up against the number 2 cornerback. His production might stay the same, but I'm not sure.
Yards,
in
maybe,
this game,
not his receptions.
Yeah. Well, he had
Targets.
a down game versus the Bengals, right? And a down game was 5 receptions, 72 yards. Dude, against the Colts, he had nine catches, 163 yards. He almost has 40 catches for 501 yards through 4 weeks, and he's a 5th round pick 177 out of where did he play? BYU,
yeah. Dude,
So-
his average for each catch that he caught was 18.1 yards.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This
man.
guy's-
Now, with that
Dude's a
whole
beast.
thing is, I don't think, like with Zach, because you were talking about how you think his receptions are going to be cut straight in half. I don't think it's going to be cut straight in half. I personally think that he's still going to get more receptions than we think, at least. I don't think it's going to be cut straight in half if Cooper Kupp's back. I think he's still going to get quite a fucking few.
Cut
But-
in half, I think, was me just fucking speaking emotionally. Just because I want Cooper Kupp to do well because he's on my fantasy. But I definitely think
Fair.
he's not going to be averaging fucking 10 catches a game. I'll tell you that.
No.
If he
Maybe
gets,
more.
like,
I think
6,
we're going to look
7,
more towards. I think we're going to look more towards like 7
5.
to 8, in my opinion.
5
I
to
think
7.
I'm
I think makes
banking on
sense.
7 to 8.
But also, if that is the case, then the fucking Rams are going to be passing. I mean, I guess they are kind of already, but they're going to be passing 70% of the time they have the ball, which they kind of are. But I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see them with both those players just because both of them are kind of slot wide receivers. So I don't know how that's going to work, really.
Yeah. Isaac, how you feeling?
Yeah, well, I'm just like what I'm trying to figure out is like, I think the receptions are going to be low, but the targets are going to be the same. I think more it's going to be forced throws that's going to happen. I think Cooper Kupp's going to get a lot of the attention, and then the targets that Puka gets is going to be like very like just like those really like bad like slants where there's 2 double coverage, and it's just kind of like the targets are there, but like they're not good. They're not the throws he's getting now.
Yeah.
So like that's what I think is going to happen more than anything
Right.
else.
Yeah.
It will be interesting. I mean, and coming from me, I mean, I'm not even close to being a Rams fan. Don't really care for the Rams at all. No interest in watching them. But that isn't right there is an interest of watching the Rams for when Cooper Kupp does come back.
I'm excited.
I'm curious to see how
Yeah.
Puka's going to do, and I want to see.
Right.
I'm very curious to see how well Cooper Kupp will do coming off of this injury. So I will say that when Cooper Kupp is back, I am very curious on watching the Rams game. Then, in that case, that is the
Yeah,
thing that's got me
definitely.
going for watching that game.
It's great. It's this week for my fantasy.
Yeah.
No, let's not. Let's see you go 2 and 3.
I'm
Yeah.
not playing you.
I don't care.
Dude,
Well,
Dick.
We're on the same
I think for week 4, that's probably all we have. Obviously, there's a lot of games that we could talk about, but there's no really like big meme or like big storyline for these games.
Right.
So, do we want to real quick? We can make this short, just for time constraints. Do we want to do a power ranking real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I will full screen And
Yeah.
I don't want to be.
no.
No.
Well, first team going up on the board right there.
Yep,
Yep.
I agree.
Definitely.
Then I'm gonna go here.
Yes, Keaton.
Yep. Yes. Good take so
Then I'm
far.
gonna
Let's
go
see if
here.
keep it going.
No. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Maybe 4.
I'm inclined just because of the lack of defense.
Now,
go
Wait,
here's my
we're missing
argument real quick
an
with the
obvious
Dolphins.
one.
I know.
Brother.
I know.
Eagles there.
Okay, thank you.
Here's my
Yeah,
argument,
yeah.
at least with
Yes.
Miami as of right now, though, with them and Dallas. Just hear me out with this, okay? And this is strictly me just looking ahead right now. Miami plays the Giants. They play the fucking Giants this week. I know they did shit against the Bills, but we all know that Giants defense is literally dog shit.
Yeah.
Granted,
Like,
the
if
Miami's
they-
defense is not great either, but I'm just saying
fine. It's
though,
okay.
like, do we come
Not
above
gonna lie,
Dallas
guys.
because of that?
Not gonna lie. I think we could put even Miami at 6.
Hmm.
Where you
Sneak
gonna put
KC in there.
Kansas? Yeah.
Yeah. I
What are
think.
you gonna put?
Heads up.
KC?
I think if
No,
they matched
I
up
don't
right
agree
now,
with that.
head to head, I think KC wins.
Where even is KC? Oh,
There,
right there.
next to
Sorry.
Jacksonville and Chargers.
Look,
I don't know
I-
about that one because they played against
Ugh.
that Jets defense.
And they
didn't-
played like
They
shit.
It's
match
great
up,
against-
bro.
they didn't
I have
play great
KC
against-
winning by 7. Head to
Not-
head,
not
bro.
if the refs-
I'm taking fucking Mahomes over Tua any day, and I'm also taking KC's defense versus the Dolphins defense any day.
Now is T Swifty in attendance or not? That's a factor now.
Good point. Because if
Good
T
point.
Swifton is in attendance,
Yeah, no,
it's
then
like this.
honestly, Chiefs
Yeah.
are number one.
Yeah.
Then. Like that's how it is.
Just put every fucking team at 10.
Did you see the NFL's banner
Put
after
the refs
the
up there.
game?
Too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was
Yeah.
so
Chiefs are 2-0
Dude, they
and
said
2-0 as
as
Swifties.
Swifties.
That's exactly what it said.
Right after
Chiefs are
and then,
2-0 as
Yeah.
as Swifties. Horrible.
crazy.
No.
So we're gonna go here.
Yes,
Actually,
I
see,
like
this is where
Yeah.
like
I like that
Seattle
too.
beat Detroit,
there.
and that's the only mark on Detroit's thing
Keep
because
it there.
I'm not gonna
Keep
lie,
it there.
Green Bay stinks.
They do.
I
Team,
was
I got
wrong
a
about the
team.
Falcons.
I got
Let
a
me.
team.
I'm thinking,
Yeah.
what's your team? Where's your head at? Because
got
my
2
head is in
There's
Jacksonville and Washington.
Actually, I have
Actually,
3
no.
teams.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
sorry,
looking at
Baltimore.
Ravens. I was
I was
looking at
thinking-
Ravens.
I was thinking.
So are you
Ravens.
thinking this, or sorry?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have 4 teams.
Jesus Christ,
Um,
man.
The 2 that you just put up. I
Okay.
have
Okay.
one that's in the front row towards the end.
Tampa.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Ah, you're
Yeah.
right.
They just beat the fuck out of the States. Put them there. They
True.
deserve it. And then I
And
have
then
the
that's-
Ravens.
Okay.
Sorry, Tyler. I had
No.
to. I'm sorry. I had
Tyler.
to name it. You're listening.
Oh, the Raiders.
The only other
Oh,
team
the
seriously,
Raiders.
though, that I was thinking about was the Browns.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And even them,
You know-
I think, would be at 11.
You know who I feel like
wouldn't-
might
I'd
be
put
a
the
sleeper
Browns if
team?
anything at 12.
Sleeper team for
Houston?
next year.
Are you gonna
Someone
do
I could see
Houston?
somewhere right here. The Texans, man.
Yeah.
I think next year with the
Me
right
too.
development and the way CJ Stroud is playing, I think the Texans could sit somewhere in this little area next year. I think they're a playoff team next year.
What do you
I can
think
see
they
it.
need to like so themselves as a playoffs team, like player
Time.
wise?
They
Like
just
a
need
wide
time.
receiver 1.
No, they have Nico Collins and he's been balling. I think realistically right now, offensively, they're set. They are a top 10 offense in football. CJ Stroud is playing like an elite quarterback, right? I will give them the benefit of the doubt. I think
Right.
where they struggle a little bit is cornerbacks. They just never really had a good defensive back core. They have good linebackers, okay
defensive
line.
line, too.
They're just their defense in and of itself
I'd
is
say
kind
defensive
of iffy.
line and honestly just experience. They're so fucking
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
That's
Literally
they just need
everywhere.
time. They just
Right.
need time.
Yeah.
They're like
And
the
it's
Lions
nice, though,
like
'cause-
last year.
Yeah. It's nice though because D'Amico Ryan, defensive specialist, man. Like
Yeah.
once he gets
Fucking
to that
crazy
team.
that we have the Lions as the 4th best team in the NFC. Good for them.
I know.
For them.
I said I felt like
Chiefs.
I wasn't going to give the Lions the benefit of the doubt that they needed to come out and wow everybody because for
Right.
once they're not the underdog and they have. You know, they
Week 1
beat
Chiefs.
they beat the Chiefs. They beat the Packers.
They
They
look
lose
legit.
to Seattle, which is fine. But, you know, they look really good. They do look really good.
It'll be a tough matchup in the playoffs for sure.
Actually, you know what? You know
Especially if
what?
someone has to go to Detroit.
I'm going to do this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I like too. That's kind of where I had it.
I'm sorry. Jackson, I'm not going to lie. Some of the
I don't
plays
really
that I
like
watched Trevor
Jacksonville like
Lawrence,
that, bro.
some of the plays I watched of Trevor Lawrence on Disney Plus, dude, he had like 3 wide open touchdowns and he just didn't throw them.
He's a frustrating player.
He is
Not
dude,
even utilizing Calvin Ridley either.
not really. Christian Kirk had 2 wide open touchdowns and wasn't targeted at all for those.
And he still
I
had
was
17
pissed.
points in fantasy.
I know.
No,
he
he
played
did,
well.
yeah.
I like Christian Kirk. Well,
do
that's
too.
it. Isaac,
Yeah,
do you
that
have
was
any
good.
like sleeper teams that you would want to add here at all as the guest?
Nah. Like, I mean, besides the Browns, but I kind of like how we are right now. My sleeper pick was probably the Bucks
Yeah.
in there, so I like this list. It's a good list.
I probably would have said the Browns if they didn't lose the way they did, even without Deshaun. They lost like 3-38. Like it was just a bad showing
Yeah, it was
altogether. So
embarrassing.
it
Can I
was
point
brutal.
out too that this is probably the easiest power rankings we have probably done so far
Yeah.
this season.
I was just about to say this was like
Besides
quiet.
maybe
man.
week 1. Also,
Week 1 was a
I have
battle.
a question
Fuck.
for you guys.
Okay.
Out of the teams that we have in the top 10 right now, how many do you think could win a Super Bowl?
I think juggernauts right now
Realistically?
are Niners, Bills, Eagles, Dallas, and maybe Chiefs. Right now, that's what I'm thinking.
I low-key think
that top 5,
it ends at
honestly.
6.
What?
You
Actually-
think it ends at 6?
Oh, dude, I low-key think it ends
Oh.
at 5. I don't think the Dolphins can do it.
I just don't know about that defense. They are
I don't know
probably
about
going to
that
be
defense
buyers.
either.
My guess is they're going to be buying at the deadline for future
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah.
Probably to someone like Chicago, or if Atlanta continues to struggle, possibly Atlanta, but I doubt they're going to give up that easily. I just don't know. I don't know what Miami's going to do because that team is Swiss cheese on defense, and they finally got exposed. And I'm sorry, I was meat riding. I was Chris Collinsworthing it.
No, I was
And,
meat riding too on that shit. Fuck yeah.
Both y'all were. That was a
No,
big ass
I-
argument too.
No, we were
That was.
arguing about that too. 100%. But
Yeah.
I mean, hey, fuck.
I will say this team right here, the Eagles, their defense worries me a little bit too because Jalen
It
Hurts has been
does.
playing very good baseball, very good football. And
Yeah.
dude, that defense almost
Their
lost to
pass
Washington.
defense is not the same, bro.
They almost
I
lost
will-
to Sam Howell.
Hold on.
I will say, if the Eagles.
Where the fuck has Hassan
Make it-
Reddick been?
I don't know.
Hang on, one sec.
I haven't heard his
So
name
if
at
the
all.
Eagles make it to the Super Bowl and the Niners don't, I will say they will lose again. If Eagles squeeze by and make it into the Super Bowl, I don't care. I will say, because what was your question? You said that who will make it to the Super Bowl or who will win the Super Bowl? Zach.
Either one.
Okay,
Either
if
one.
we're saying make it to the Super Bowl, I think top 5 teams right there. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
But if Eagles squeeze their way into the Super Bowl, they will not win. They won't. And
So you think they'd
it's
have to
true.
you think they'd have to
Goddamn,
dominate
bro.
to win?
Yes, I think they would have to
Bills
dominate to
versus
win.
Niners would be such a sick fucking Super Bowl.
I think every team could
That'd be
win
so
the
dope.
Super Bowl except for this team. So I'm going to take them off. Then I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do that. And boom, there's our official list, guys. Thanks for joining.
Oh man,
Sin,
that's funny.
Sin City was a Mayvia.
Anyway, welcome back. Oh, shit. You watched that? Sorry.
Oh,
Anyway.
shit.
But
But no, but that's my. I feel like that's could be definitely a hot take with my Eagles take there, but I think no matter what, they're not winning. I don't think they.
No.
I don't think they can. I don't think their defense, like what Keaton was saying, Jalen Hurts has been balling out. Their offense has been balling out for sure. But that defense. Keaton was saying that there, like a few episodes ago, Keaton said that there were holes in the Niners offense. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think if anything, that Eagles.
No,
Defense,
I said there's holes in the defense, not on the offense.
That's what I said.
Oh, I think you said offense, but maybe I'm tripping.
You said opposite.
If I said offense, my bad. I meant defense. But
Oh.
I think the Eagles have holes. I don't think they're giving up way too much, especially for teams that they have been playing, giving up way too much than they really should be. That Eagles team, no. I truly just don't think they'll win it. If they squeeze by, good for them. They're not winning though. Too bad.
We will find out. We will find out what they are made of because they play the Cowboys. The Niners do. And
I want to talk about this.
Yeah. Much like we talked about last week about Dolphins Bills being the AFC, like, this might be a AFC championship style game. Honestly, I'm going to be real. The Cowboys defense is very, very, very good. And
they're also great on special teams. Great.
Exactly.
Yes. And actually, they're the best team, I think, by a mile on special teams.
And
I think the Niners have
more.
a good special teams. I think the Cowboys have a dynamic and great special teams.
Yes.
Like that's
what I would.
I was to compare the two teams, I think the biggest difference would be special teams and then just physicality. Like I'd give special teams to Cowboys. I'd give the Niners physical ability way, way, way more than the Cowboys.
This game right here is going to determine a lot. I am really, really excited for this. There is a reason why, in my opinion, and I think a lot of other opinions out there, this is going to be 100% the matchup of the week. Of week 5, this is the matchup of the week. Yeah, without a doubt. You have arguably, you could, depending on how whatever other people's power rankings are, but I mean, you have the number 1 team in the NFL and arguably top 2 to 4 team as well, which both defenses are absolutely nuts. Offense are cracked. It's gonna be interesting. I'm really, really excited to see this.
It might just be a slugfest.
It could be too.
The top two. You have the top 2 best defenses because Cowboys right now are ranked number 1. Niners are number 2, basically. Right. But then offensively, the Niners are the most efficient team right now because of Charlie check down Brock Purdy, and the Cowboys are like the 4th or 5th best offense right now in football too. So. Yeah. Niners are number 2. Cowboys are 4 or 5 because Dolphins are the most efficient.
Who did the Cowboys play this past week?
Cowboys had they played Arizona and then they just played
No, they did not, Keaton.
They played the Patriots. No, I said they played Arizona 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They destroyed the Patriots.
And was that the first game without Diggs?
Yes. No, second, because he didn't play against the Cardinals.
No. He got hurt during that game, right?
Yeah, first. Okay. No, yeah. I think he got hurt during the Jets game, and like right at the end of the Jets game.
Yes. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is like something that I'm looking forward to see is like how well they work without Diggs, someone that they trusted so much as like a secondary.
Right.
I'm not sure who their backup is, but I don't know. This is a good wide receiver
guys.
I have some comments. Like I said, I think the 2 biggest things are going to be special teams, and then honestly, the biggest thing to me that I think is like telling is how the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals. Cardinals pounded the rock down their fucking throat, pounded it, and I think again that's one of those things that the Niners are favorited for because of. I think they're just going to be way too physical for the Cowboys, and we're a 4-point favorite, which I think is about right. I think that's definitely going to be something that I'm going to be looking out for, and I think is going to be evident in this game. Another thing that I want to say is the matchup between Micah Parsons and our left tackle Trent Williams and our right tackle Colton McKivitz, who is one of the worst right tackles in the league.
Yep.
Like I said, Trent Williams, and I said this in the last podcast, I think I fucked up because I was really tired, but Trent Williams, our left tackle, is probably the best left tackle ever, if not top 3 ever. And he has a passer rating while blocking of 89.8. You guys know ratings, that is very, very high. He's going against probably the highest rated defender, maybe besides TJ Watt this year, in Micah Parsons. So I think that's going to be a really cool matchup. And then you fucking switch it. And if I were the Cowboys, I'd have fucking Micah go to McKivitz's side every single time. And as our right, who is probably, in my opinion, the worst offensive player we have starting right now. And probably he has to be in the worst or top 10 worst rankings for offensive tackles as well. So that's one of my biggest worries because Micah can fucking ruin a game. Another thing I think, again, like with what you said, Keaton, I don't really agree with the Charlie check down. But I will say this game, hold on, I'll give you credit. I will say this game right here, I think specifically is going to be like a telltale sign if Brock can throw the ball deep and we can rely on Brock to make big throws when needed. Because the last 4 games have been fucking cheesecake, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
The defense has played really well. Our offense has played really well. Our team has played really well. But we've played some trash-ass teams. I'll be completely honest. Cowboys are legit, and I think there's just some matchups that are going to be definitely telltale sign of we can win a Super Bowl or even get through the NFC. And then the other thing that I want to say for people that don't know us, we definitely say like some jokes about like yapping people. I didn't say this earlier and killing people, but don't mean that fucking shit. I don't want to fucking throw that out there and people be like, damn, like look at these guys. Like we're going to cancel them if we ever do get fucking more popular. So
I don't look.
I
mental health
said that
awareness
as well.
month.
So that's
mental health.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's going to be a crazy fucking game, and I'm excited for that one. Then there's some other fucking matchups that we can just go through really quickly. Giants versus Dolphins. Unless you have something else to say for that.
Yeah, Isaac, do you have anything to say about that? You are also a Niner fan here.
Niners fan.
Yeah, I think like what was like kind of going through my head this week is I think this is when we like how we just said earlier, like how we see Brock. Because like I think a lot of people are giving him the benefit of the doubt. It's like, oh, well, he's in a good system. He has all these weapons, but what can he actually do with these weapons? Because like how Zach said, it's been a cakewalk for every single game.
Right.
Like I never had a doubt in my mind that we were going to lose at all. But yeah, with this defense, I'm excited to see because if Brock plays well and we win, I don't think anyone can ever like talk shit. I think he's like he sets himself as a good quarterback. He is the guy. And so
that's the biggest thing to me too. Like I say, if we beat the fucking Cowboys by 10 and Brock does another game where he's 20 for 21, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and manages the game perfectly, I don't think you can say anything against him. Anything.
No, I think I'm excited for that. That's what I'm excited about for this week. Yeah. Not much winning or beating the Cowboys.
It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I've always said that I truly think Brock Purdy, real quick on this, has really good pocket presence. I think his years at Iowa State just kind of taught him because Iowa State did not have a good offensive line for the 4 years that he was there. And his ability to know when to move up in the pocket and throw the ball, not take sacks, I think is really impressive.
Yeah.
He's had some really good throws that obviously I joke about him being Charlie Checkdown, which I think he is to a degree, but I think what you're saying, I think this is a potential, this is like, you played fantastic last year. I don't know how you were going to play against the Eagles in that game. Like that could have been a make or break moment. We don't know. So for me, this is like the Cowboys are better than they were last year. You guys beat them last year.
Significantly better.
Pretty handily. This to me is like how you're saying that make or break. I think Brock Purdy, anything, like even if he puts up 150 yards, I'm just not going to be like, oh man, because he's going to have to play against teams like this in the Super Bowl. Obviously, if he's healthy, if they make it, he's got to, but it's also his like first huge game like this because the Eagles, he nearly died. So, I mean, his elbow disintegrated.
I don't know. This is my thing too. I feel like Brock right now is, and I don't say this as a Niner fan, I think he's better than an average starting quarterback. But in order to make the leap where it's like, oh, we can see him be a top 12 quarterback, top 10 quarterback.
A franchise guy.
Exactly, a franchise quarterback. You have to play well against the best defenses you've ever seen. And this is by far, maybe besides the Eagles defense that he got injured with, the best defense he's ever seen.
And
so, I think it's going to be really fucking
And it's also it's in Dallas, and that they're pissed from last year when they lost.
Also, shout out fucking – sorry, Isaac, go for it.
I was going to say, is it in Dallas?
It is in Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, shit. But one thing.
No, it's at home. It's at home.
Is it
I was going to say, I don't think it's in Dallas.
I thought it was.
Anthony made this backwards, or whoever made this.
Yeah, no. But,
I didn't do that. I just said
no.
Zach might have made it.
No, that was me. I wasn't paying attention to that. That's on me.
Oh. Anyway.
I remember I was going to say, I think it's like when I talk about Brock, I think it's funny how these discussions are handled based on like where he's at in his career. He's like has he even played a full season worth of games?
No.
He's played what, maybe
He
a
has,
dozen
he
games?
barely has. Yeah, no, it's like 13 or 14 right now.
Yeah, 13 or 14, and like that man's like for 14 games, and like I think it's the IQ that he has. I'm just like,
right.
He's so
dude,
smart.
You're second year like quarterback, and like just like you may not be doing like these like outstanding plays that like some of these other rookie quarterbacks can be doing and stuff like that, but like you're doing what we need to do, and you're smart with the ball, and you're smart with your decisions, and he can read the defense. Not quarterbacks
And-
like new into the NFL can do that.
He's also agile as fuck.
Yeah,
He is dumb agile. Like, I don't know if that was a pro or a con on him, but that man can fucking move.
Yeah.
Get away from fucking defenders, stay in a pocket, throw a ball where it's like, damn, how the fuck did he even get that off? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he's a very smart quarterback for where he's at in his career.
Right.
And
also,
if he finishes,
shout out
and
Aaron
if he,
Banks. Oh, sorry.
Oh no! I was just gonna say if he ends his career, or if his career plays out like the way that it's projected to, and he really like what my player comparison is minus the agility is Jared Goff. I am not turning on a Niners game to watch Brock Purdy. I am not like Brock Purdy.
Entertainment wise, at least.
Yes, entertainment wise, and
yeah.
I also see that like when you think about Jared Goff, you think of a safe, smart quarterback. Doesn't have a lot of interceptions except for this year. Like he's just a reliable, efficient guy because he's had like 3 interceptions in 4 weeks or whatever, but he just hasn't like really made a ton of mistakes. And I see Brock Purdy is like, I don't think Brock Purdy is going to go for 400 yards like a Justin Herbert could or a Tua could or something like that. But I think if you need him, he will be there. And I think Jared Goff fits that same system. And honestly, if that's where he is, that's fine. Jared Goff last year was a top 6, top 7 quarterback, and it got him to the playoffs almost. So
Brock said this after a game. He says that I think this is kind of like also showing that like he doesn't really care about being this flashy guy, because like he said like the one thing that he likes about this year's team is that everyone has the same mindset. It's not about like who can have the highlight reel. Like,
bro.
We just want to win, and so I think that's also another factor. It's like Brock Purdy does not care about like all the stats. He just cares about
he just wants to win.
He doesn't give a fuck about fantasy, bro.
No.
Yeah.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Aaron Banks, our left guard. He has not given up a sack in 200 and I think it was 18 attempts, which is kind of wild for a fucking guard. But that was my point with that being our left side of our fucking line is solid. Our right side is not. So if I'm the Cowboys, I would say put Micah on the fucking right side the whole time, and then we'll have Fitz. So I think it's going to be a crazy matchup with that. And I feel like the Niners and Cowboys have a lot of matchups like that. Debo, whenever he plays the fucking Cowboys, different breed for some reason.
I know. I need him to
he'll
perform.
Probably be used really well. He'll play well as long as he's not injured.
Yeah.
But that's definitely the most excited game I've been for probably this whole year, or the most excited I've been for this.
Because one more thing real quick, and then we're going to move on to the next game. Because the last, I'd say as of right now, before the Cowboys, hardest team you guys have gone against is the Rams. Like, in my opinion, Rams are the hardest team you guys have gone against this season, and they're, in my opinion, not even a tough team.
No.
Like
they were just coming off a really good win against Seattle, like a huge
they were.
win.
They were.
So a lot of momentum, a lot of heart.
Yeah. I just wanted to point
this
that
is
out
definitely the most excited I've been for a game all season, and probably since that Eagles fucking game that destroyed me. So honestly, going into that Cowboys game when we watched them in the playoffs last year, I was like, there's no way, bro. Like, I've seen this so many times. Like, I didn't think Dallas could match up with the Niners at all. And then this year, when I've seen their defense and special teams playing, I'm like, dude, if the Cowboys capitalize on any mistake that we fucking make, they can fucking beat us easy.
Right.
So I'm really excited for this game, and I feel like it's probably the most excited I've been for a game this year, like I said. And I don't know. I think it's going to be a crazy game.
Yeah.
But moving on to some of the other games that we had on the preview. Giants versus Dolphins, man.
Blowout game of the week, baby.
Fucking laugh, man, because the Broncos are so sorry, especially on defense, and the Dolphins have probably the best statistically wise.
Giants and Dolphins.
Yeah, Giants. Yeah. Giants defense has one of the best, or excuse me, one of the worst defenses in the league. And the Dolphins have, statistically wise, the best defense or best offense in the league, I believe, besides maybe the Bills.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a blowout. I think
Another
they might
70
win by
game?
17, bro. Not 70, but they might score 50. I hope so for my sake, bro. I hope Tyreek Hill goes fucking ballistic. But
Now,
dude, the Giants and the Broncos, I think, are the two worst teams in the league. The Giants defense are pillow fighters. And on paper, the Giants defense doesn't even look bad. I think they seriously don't want to play for the Giants. Like, I genuinely think that's what's happening.
I wouldn't.
They weren't even that bad that year, were they? Like, probably like 11.
Last year they were decent, bro. They were good.
They were good defense. They were top 10, I
They
believe.
won a fucking playoff game.
Look, Daniel
against a really
Jones has
good
been
offense.
shit. Daniel Jones is shit, has been shit, always been shit. He was just good last year because teams didn't know he could run the way he could, and they didn't know how to scheme against him. It was kind of the same thing that we're seeing with Geno right now. Although Geno's playing okay, he is not playing as good as he was last year. He shocked a lot of teams. So I just, dude, as a Seahawks fan, the way we got to Geno, the way we got to
11 sacks.
Daniel Derps. Yeah,
That's gotta be exciting.
I think it got changed to 10 sacks. I was happy. I was really loving it. So, anyway.
Looking on to the next game, Jets versus Broncos, which is probably the reason I fucked up because I saw it below, but that's got to be one of the meme matchups of the week, if not the meme matchup of the week. I mean, both teams are 1-3, have struggled with fucking big names going to their franchise this year and not performing or not being able to perform. Is Zach Wilson going to be legit? Is Sean Payton going to be able to fucking turn something around, bro? Like, this to me is just a fucking meme. In general,
this is a do or die.
This team.
Yeah, for both these teams and the hopes they had, the hopes that they had going into the year. It's kind of similar to that Giants game last night where they kind of almost had to win against Seattle because Seattle has a kind of easy schedule for the next few weeks after the bye, and the Giants have are playing 4 teams who have like a combined win percentage of 750. The two teams with high expectations performing poorly, it feels like a make or break game. Like this is either you win this game and you go to 2-2,
right,
or you lose this game and you go to 1-3. And there probably goes your chances of making the playoffs in an already tough schedule that you guys are enduring.
This means a lot for both teams. I think whoever loses is done. Something has to happen, whether that's you're benching the quarterback that doesn't play well, you're firing someone. I don't think Sean Payton or what's his name, Saleh will get fired. I just don't think it's possible right now. But you got to change something, especially for both teams that were overhyped.
Yeah, what do you think of Russell Wilson if he loses?
I
think Russell Wilson
gone.
He's
no.
Yeah,
I think he's got
at least a year left. I think he's got a year left after this, personally.
The Broncos can't really do anything with him because of how much dead cap he would bring onto the team. And honestly, the last 3 weeks, he's looked really good. The Dolphins game is an outlier because he couldn't do much. And even then, honestly, Russell Wilson has had a very extremely, honestly, for him, good year. Considering his last 3 in Seattle were just kind of shit.
Yeah.
He
actually has played better than I thought he has.
Yeah. I just think I think it's just the Broncos defense is
he's
so bad.
Having like a Pro Bowl year.
Yes, exactly. He
had 4 games. He has a 67.4 completion percentage, 1,014 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 106.7. Some of those are better than Tua, Patrick Mahomes.
He's played very well. The Broncos defense gets much more buzz. And honestly, when we saw that the Broncos lost or the Broncos won, there wasn't a lot of talk of Russell Wilson. It was a lot of talk of Justin Fields and the Bears. So I think Russell Wilson keeps flying under the radar like this. At some point, they're going to start winning. And I think he's starting to regain his confidence because he's not in a big market. Right. And that team has just, at this point, it's like there's only up from here.
Agreed.
So,
what do they have to what do they got to lose?
Yeah, exactly. They've already lost in that trade. So.
And real quick, the last team we want to talk about real quick is honestly another meme matchup. Honestly, in my eyes, I see all three of these games are all meme matchups in their own way. This next game, Bengals and Cardinals. Fuck.
I got something to say about this specifically.
Cardinals are going to win by a lot. Let's just put that out there.
I put this game specifically on our little preview because I thought these two teams are completely opposite. I think the Cardinals could actually be 3-1 if they were decent at closing games. So, with that being said, I think that the Bengals are probably the surprise team of the year, where they're 1-3, where they shouldn't be. They should be like a 3-1 team, which we all thought. And the fucking Cardinals, which we all thought were probably going to get what's the boy's name from USC? Why can't I name his name? Caleb Williams, as the number 1 pick because they're going to be so bad. And they're 1-3, but have been competitive in every single game. They were competitive against the Niners. At one point, I was like actually worried. I was like, holy
and
fuck.
they were
like, they are
almost
fucking
beat the Giants.
us. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So it's like these two teams are completely opposite, but they're both 1-3, and this is a make or break again game for both these teams.
Bengals need this bad, man. They need this really bad.
They do.
Highlighting what we talked about in our week 0 preview going into week 1. We broke down what teams we thought were going to finish where. It may have been week 1, but I think all unanimously, I believe we all had the Bengals in the AFC Championship. And, you watch first game, it's like, okay, it was a rainy game. Second game, okay, clearly like Joe Burrow's not healthy. It's been 4 weeks. Joe Burrow has played like shit. He's looking like $1 million fraud. And at some point, you just can't keep blaming. You can't keep blaming his injury.
No,
I'm sorry. Players have played with injuries and succeeded, but both sides of the ball, that team is just not responding.
But
and
also,
honestly,
is that coaching?
So what I was going to say is,
sorry, continue.
No, I was just going to say, like when you're watching like how the Giants are reacting to certain plays, and they're getting up in arms and they're trying to start fights. I see kind of the same thing in the Bengals. You're already seeing Jamar Chase. Like, I'm always fucking open. I wonder if Zach Taylor's. I feel like Zach Taylor's lost that locker room, and he's very well on his way to losing that fully. Yeah. And if he does,
also if you're Zach Taylor and you know that he's injured, sit him. Sorry, he's getting a bunch of money, but you're worsening his injury by fucking keeping him in.
I agree, and it's also like his value. Like, if you ever did want to do something with them, if you keep doing this, his value's going down.
Their backup is Jake Browning, so really they have no choice.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But
anyway, well,
I have a question.
Is there anything? Ant, I was going to say, Ant, did you want to say anything on that?
So, 3 teams, because I mentioned they're all memey in their own ways. Okay,
a little bit.
You have the Giants and the Dolphins. It's a meme fucking matchup due to realistically the Dolphins should absolutely
win by 70.
Destroy them.
They should win by 50 again.
You have the Bengals and the Cardinals, what we just talked about. And then you also have the Jets and the Broncos. What takes the title as our meme matchup for this week? We talked about the matchup of the week, but what is the meme one out of these 3?
Bengals, Cardinals.
Zach, what about you? Or do you want me to go to Isaac?
Oh man,
Isaac, if you got one right now,
I don't know. I think it's got to be the Jets game.
That's where I'm at too.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
But I think it's close. Yeah.
The
thing is, I could see the Bengals like not turning around, but like playing at least decent enough to beat the shit out of the who's the team that they're playing again? I don't know why. Cardinals. I think I could see like the Bengals fucking running the Cardinals if they actually turn it around and play decent. I think that other game is just too memey in itself, man. There's too much going on with those two teams, man. Yeah, and also, I feel like I don't know why I'm like rooting for Zach Wilson, but I feel like he's just a meme in himself too, man. I think it's just funny, like watching him play, and like I can't tell if he's faking this shit or if like he's actually like developing like his character. I don't know. There's a lot going on with that, but both of them are really good.
Yeah. Okay. I just think if you let Josh Dobbs beat you, that's it, man. Yeah, you can't let a backup of a journeyman who like
that'd be bad.
Can I just highlight a real quick story? After the win against the Cowboys, Josh Dobbs went to a team store to buy his own jersey.
Oh yeah,
I saw that.
They didn't even have the jersey. If you lose to that guy, I'm sorry, man. The Prudential #1 overall pick team, it's over. That's it. Your season's done. Like this has to be a win for the Bengals, or they could just cut it short. So
Agreed. Yep. Agreed.
Well,
Keaton?
Thanks. Appreciate you staying for as long as you did. Happy National Boyfriend's Day as well. Well, you know, it's been a hell of an episode, Isaac. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank you for coming
thank you,
on,
guys.
brother.
Time. Thanks, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We wish
Well,
you luck this week in fantasy, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna need all of it. Need all of it.
Well, sweet. Well, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see y'all next week. Thanks
All
for
right,
tuning in.
Sir.